Good day. My name is Richard and a warm welcome to Tutoring with Richard, where we cover the South African school syllabus and native topics. Today we're going to cover mathematics in 6. The topic of this tutorial is partial fractions, different factors in the denominator. Let's get straight into it. First of all, we need to understand that now these are the factors in the denominator. Okay, these are the two factors in the denominator that I'm talking about. And they're both different. Both are different. Now, what we need to do is now to work out, now we cannot work out our integral in this state. With this state we cannot work out the integral. So what we have to do is get A and B. We work out A and B because there's two factors in the denominator. That means we will get A and B. But we'll get two factors, and I'll show you how it all works. First things first, what we do is we say 3x plus 2 over 2x plus 1, x minus 1, x minus 1 equals. Now, what we will do is have a over 2x plus 1 plus b over x minus 1. That's how this works first. Now, because this is fractions adding, we need to both have the same base. So what we do here is we multiply the top and bottom by what we don't have at the bottom. Okay, so we're going to say 3x plus 2, 2x plus 1, x minus 1 equals a x minus 1 over 2x plus 1 x minus 1. Okay, now what we're going to do for b is b does not have 2x plus 1 over x minus 1 times 2x plus 1. Alright, so what you see here is that we all have the same base. Now, this will be multiplied by these two here to get rid of the base. Now you want to get rid of the base, so it'll be 3x plus 2 times 2x plus 1 times x minus 1 over 2x plus 1 x minus 1. Okay. Now, what we have is that every sign here, so this is all multiplied, right? So what we have here now is a x minus 1 over 2x plus 1 x minus 1 plus b 2x plus 1 over x minus 1, 2x plus 1. Okay. Now, since we have the same base all round, since we have the same base all the way around for all these sums, since we have the same base, now what we can do is take the base away. We take the base away. In this case, it'll be that and that cancels and that cancels. Right, that cancels the whole base. These here also cancel. These here go away. Because all you wanted to do, so all you do is multiply this by this, so that cancels. No, that doesn't cancel, sorry. You multiply it up, and it comes there, and you multiply that up, and it comes there. Right. So how it would normally work is what this doesn't have, you multiply by. So that cancels, and that cancels, and that cancels. So now what we are left with, is 3x plus 2 equals a x minus 1 plus b 2x plus 1. So basically what we did was get rid of the denominator. In all our previous steps, that's what we did, was got rid of the denominator. So what we're going to do now is make x's equal to something. So x minus 1 equals to 0. So x minus 1 equals 0. So x is equal to positive 1. So that'll come up top here. X equals positive 1. Now for the 2x, 2x plus 1 equals 0. So 2x equals negative 1, divide by 2, divide by 2, x is equal to negative a half. So x is equal to negative a half. Okay, how these will work is when you calculating for A and B. That's where this will work. So let's do B first. We want to calculate B first. So what we're going to do is say 3 times 1 plus 2 equals A times 1 minus 1 plus B times 2 times 1 plus 1. Okay, so 3 times 1 is 3, plus 2 is 5. 5 equals 1 minus 1 is 0. So A times 0 is 0. So that is 0. Plus B. 2 times 1 is 2, plus 1 is 3. So that makes it 3B. So now what we have is 5 equals 3B. Divide by 3, divide by 3. So we have 5 over 3 is equal to B. So B equals 5 over 3. Now what we do is we do exactly the same. We do exactly the same now for A. Is for A, we put minus a half, and minus a half into here. I can erase and rub out, but you will write all this out as you go. You will write all this out as you go. It is long. It does take a bit of time. But you know what? If you do it slowly and carefully, you will get the right answers. Okay. Now, 3 times minus a half plus 2 is a half. So that is a half equals A (3 over 2A) minus A 3 over 2, because minus a half minus 1 is minus 3 over 2. So it'll be, and then plus B times 0. 2 times a half, 2 times a negative a half is 1, negative 1. Negative 1 plus 1 is 0. So B is times 0, so B is gone. So divided by 3 over 2, 3 over 2. Since this is a fraction, we flip it, and it becomes 1 over 3. So we flip the fraction, so it becomes half times 2 over 3, negative 2 over 3. So 2 2's cancel, we're left with negative 1 over 3. So A is equal to negative 1 over 3. Okay, now that we have that, now that we have all this, and we've calculated our number, all we have to do now is put A and B in their right spots. So, the integral of minus 1 over 3, 2x plus 1, plus the integral of 5 over 3, x minus 1. Alright, so now what we need to do is, this is where it might get a little bit confusing. What we do is we take the 1 over 3 outside of the integral sign. And then we multiply here by 2. So 2 over 2 makes 1. And then we multiply the outside by a half. That's how it works. So we have negative 1 over 3 times a half integral. Then we have 2 to the 2x plus 1. What has to happen is that this number here has to be the same number as your coefficient. That's why I multiplied by a half. That is why I multiplied this by a half. Whatever's here, you multiply it by the inverse of what's there. So if we multiply by 2, it'll be multiplied by a half. If it was multiplied by 3, you multiply by a third, and so on and so forth as you go through. Whatever number this is that you multiply it by its inverse over here. Okay, so plus 5 over 3 integrate 1 over x minus 1. Okay, So now what we have here is minus 1 over 6. Now since these are the same numbers, since these have the same coefficients, we can easily say now, it is ln 2x plus 1 plus, now 1 over 1, that coefficient stays the same, so we don't have to do anything with it. So it's 5 over 3 ln x minus 1 plus c. And that is how we do these partial fractions. That's how we do partial fractions. When we were in N5, if you will remember in N5, when we did partial fractions, we stopped at getting our answers at A and B. We didn't actually go on and integrate them. We just went straight for our answers of A and B. We didn't do any integration. Now, at N6, we are taking it one step further and going to integrate. If you found this tutorial helpful, please give it a like and subscribe. It helps with the algorithm and to grow the channel. Positive feedback is most welcome. I enjoy reading your comments. Please use the comments section to let me know what topics you'd like me to cover in upcoming videos. Be at peace, be kind to each other, and remember, passing well is achievable. Have a great day. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video.